group stages, and we're getting battled by Fnatic the whole time, so no one wants to fight them, and we've got action all across the screen, but it's an early encounter here from Levi, Navi, JTech, Omit, Navi trading blows, finding kills both ways. What can you do if you're JTech, your entire team relying on you to get the entry frag?
And Team Destroy is looking up from boat at this fight too, so keep in mind there could be possible early third-party situations while, again, both these two teams very desperate to find one another. Other battles going on. Keep an eye just in the kill feed off of what Guild and Team aydan are doing, because they've also been landing on each other for the last 4 games.
And Guild's got the better of aydan now, I think 4 times out of 4, and maybe 5 out of 5, as we see mascots of Twisted Minds in the stadium. I love our crowd today. They've been so loud for a number of different teams. Excited to see how loud they can get near the end of this event. But we got a long way to go first, and Omit slowly holding on to this POI, not giving up control, not without a fight. As you can see, like you said, Destroy way over there, just hanging out by themselves. Things have not been going their way today. They're way down at the bottom of the leaderboard.
And there is a lot of this air of caution right now kind of coming through as we now take a look at the kill feed once again. aydan and co starting to get into a little bit of trouble, so that's going to completely push them off their drop position. And now as we look over towards the rest of the map, Fnatic looking to finish them off. Fit might be the last player left in this position, so he's going to get finished, and that's going to be Fnatic dominating over one of the drop points for Twisted Minds.
This is a huge take. Reminder, your top 3 teams, Twisted Minds, Fnatic, Falcons, those 3 teams, if you see them engage with each other, you'll watch these players back out and move around the map. We've got a wide spread of players all around the map, the new circle favoring the north side, which means Stronghold. Falcons, they've got to move, and they're going to start moving now.
Yeah, and Heretics is the only team that's really going to be able to contest them over towards that bottom side at Factory, so really they should feel pretty comfortable to get themselves fully looted up. The only other team nearby is Zizik's team, who really have not played all that well today compared to what they were able to put together yesterday. So keep an eye on that as we get further into it. But again, this battle for Prison has been where a lot of our kind of marquee squads in terms of club championship potentially have been playing. And aydan squad much better this time through. They're essentially going to cut through the entirety of Skullface and the rest of Fnatic, so they're going to win Prison here.
That's the first time we've seen Team aydan finally come out on top. I'm not sure they changed any strategy. They just finally won it. Now, 1 out of every 5 times, not going to be enough. We'll see if they can continue to do it as Crims does cut down Shifty. Now Biffle trying to get into the action. Hamoud making a flank play here. Biffle on the stairs, though. Hamoud can't connect with anything. Biffle makes it look easy. It's going to clean up Hamoud here if Crims doesn't make a play. Crims is there in time. Hamoud should be able to self-revive. This is looking dire for the Falcons, and all of a sudden, they're readdressing this fight from a different angle. They know if they fall here, it could prove difficult. Now their teammate respawns. There's the take and the PA to help out. That right there is a team play.
That was sick, dude. Whoever was on the parachute was just acting as a manned UAV. So not a UAV, just an aerial vehicle completely manned out, and it's like, hey, they're still above you on the guns. That's enough for a full revive to come out. Plus, of course, like you mentioned, the airstrike. Huge recovery from Falcons as we swap over to Syndicate, who I will say again, even though they haven't been necessarily making noise on the leaderboard overall, they've played particularly well today to their standard, but they are placing better than yesterday. So they're figuring it out. It just comes down to they need a big game.
Quick map look here. You can see Falcons number 4 in cyan, a little light blue left-hand side. And you can see their zone shifting up north as Destroy is finally getting the better of a couple of opponents here, putting some more points on the board. Shifty, Hisoka playing slow, but they do have to rotate. This is an unfavorable zone for the Falcons.
Yeah.
Could see them fall a bit earlier if they're not careful. They know that, though. They're going to play pretty slow. They're going to play edge of zone. They're going to have to run through Destroy, and they're going to have to run through Omit coming up from the side of Control.
Yeah, and on the other front, as I was going to say, can we get Fnatic's POV here? Because they got Guild right below them, but they also have number 3 in Twisted Minds. So this could get really nasty. Skullface just the pistol dropping in. Will not be able to catch Wars by surprise. Noobs was trying to get isolated for another pick, but not going to work out. So again, 3 of our top squads battling for position bottom side Prison.
Heretics out immediately. First team gone. Heretics have not been playing the same game they played during group stages. Something is going horribly awry. We'll see if they can come back in the final 3. There's the first team out here as we're deeper into the second circle. Things have definitely changed. Last map, I think we saw 7 teams alive as the resurgence timer closed. So definitely different pacing, likely because of this zone pull. A lot more teams up here. They can hide out in zone. They can hide out inside of buildings as needed, play their lives a bit better than some of the open spaces that Stronghold affords.
And I think the thing here is going to be the timing of when do you want to rotate in and how deep do you want to rotate to, because going through Prison is not an easy task, especially with squads like Amit that are fully formed and ready to go. And you can see that's kind of the issue now for Zig's team. They're trying to make their way kind of around the outside through the bottom side of the circle, but this is just being contested by so many different squads. I mean, you've got legitimately 5 different full teams that are looking to play for this spot on the buy station.
The Zig's team making a nice rotation here. They are one of the top slayers in this map, but they're way down in 11th place right now. They need a banger and a win to even be in the conversation. We head back to Fnatic on top of Prison, where they love to live. Yeah. They've been living here since scrims, into solos, into group stages. This is their home, and no one truthfully has been able to contest them there yet, not to any sort of effective measures.
And I love this from Falcons, just to kind of take a quick look. They get the top tower so they can scout out who's on the rooftops and how deep under the rooftops they are, so the rest of the teammates can just hop on up, possibly find a way to fight, but not gonna happen. Biffle, Shifty, both taken down, and who do you know it? It's the local and Hamoud and Zig to take them out of the picture, so now it's just down to Biffle, last one, or probably Hisoka, last one left, and he just has to hold this corner away for his teammates to jump on in, while all of a sudden you look at the kill feed, SGP in trouble, Patsuka coming to life.
We got to find Guild. Guild is deep underneath Prison right now at already double-digit eliminations. They're a top team right now, and they're getting wiped by Limax off screen as Hisoka slowly but surely gets his team back into the mix. Wars, here they are. Down right now, the team is on top though. Again, 10 eliminations already. They've been farming the bottom Prison, and it's been against Rodrigo. They had a nice early encounter against, I believe it was Fnatic, where they had a couple early kills, but all of a sudden they're getting pushed by multiple teams. King AJ goes huge, picks up 2 in the process, and doesn't lose either life while grabbing the eliminations. Very well played in the team fight and securing more elims. Guild is coming alive.
And this isn't going to get any cleaner, by the way. You still have so many teams that are trying to make their way into Prison to control the high ground before this next circle gets established. And you can see it's actually going to be on the fast side on the bottom left-hand side. So teams like Twisted Minds going to have to make a decision. Do we rotate up to Prison or out towards Harbor? This is going to get nasty inside the cell block.
Yeah, if you're wondering who's gone, by the way, Singapore Syndicate out. They're your second team fully eliminated. That means there's only 12 still on the map as a resurgence timer slowly ticking by. Still plenty of players alive, still plenty of teams. King Matty trying to get some sort of momentum in this map, but constantly over and over again getting pushed by multiple teams. Finally gets the better of one, but it's all in the back. Rodrigo is all by himself. He could lose his life here. 1 second remaining, gets his teammate back. They are still alive. Barely breathing.
Just barely, and it's not going to feel good for Rodrigo. You know that your teammate coming down is not going to be able to really help you too much because it's just so messy on the top of the Prison, which, by the way, Falcons have gotten high ground control. You can see Almond off to Shifty's left. He is sniping right now, by the way, so you have to be careful if your Falcons trying to come across, as it's Guild, who did get kind of pushed off that angle inside. They have to take the water landing and stay outside the picture, try to get themselves in. Now it's time for the Falcons to strike from the high ground.
Falcons want this Fnatic high ground. You can see Almond up on the water tower, playing support, playing anchor as needed to stay alive, and Hisoka's going to run him off the back, but they're still on top of Prison. They are fighting for this position. They know they need it going into closing of Resurgence. This is where you can pick up a ton of eliminations here. We've got 52 seconds until the Resurgence timer closes. Watch out for this timer, because right as it ticks, people will breathe for a second, and then teams will be fully eliminated in a blink of an eye. We still have 12. Everyone holding on to their lives is destroyed, trying to fly back in.
This Prison area is just not going to go to any one team, it feels like. Everyone keeps finding a way to get themselves back into full groups of 3. Anxie and the rest of the crew try to make their way over, but at the moment, you really got to take a look to see if Twisted Minds can get themselves back into fighting form. I mean, they are a little bit safer towards the backside of Prison. They can rotate a little bit late, but they have to get this buy out. They are near a buy station, so they should get a full loadout here soon as we head back on board with Falcons, still trying to win out the high ground, but aydan's team back as a full 3 as well, looking to get some action with Team Zix, and they're winning out the day.
That's a huge win down below. Zix was one of the top-ranking teams early in this map. They needed a huge one, and they're getting cut down. aydan holding on by the hair of their chin, and now finally all back alive. They're finding some success. Barely every time, but it's working. Look at the rest of our squad. Our resurgence timer fully closed. Everybody at risk of being fully eliminated from this lobby, and we do lose another.
Yeah, AB was, we talked about them. They have been placing well, but they have not been able to find kills. They're setting themselves up for another good placement at the top side of the circle you saw for a moment. But as we, again, look at the rotation, a lot of the pressure is going to come about who gets through Industries next. That's the next hot spot as it finds itself center circle. Falcons still looking to win the high ground out, and they have again. been able to shoot down at least a couple of the members from Fnatic, keeping them at bay just a little while longer.
That third team eliminated is Na'Vi. They cannot get the placements they had during group stages. Something is not working, whether it's just team fights or maybe groups was just that much easier. Teams are playing different. You heard the players talk about this. Teams are playing different, and what they're doing is they're playing together, making these hard, aggressive, high-risk, high-reward playstyle plays where you're pushing as a full team of 3. It's a huge boon.
Whoa.
Also a huge boon when Biffle just shoots straight and finds eliminations right under the nose of ABWiz and co. and answers onto them. They are going to swing on this fight. They believe they can win this. They have a nice position on edge of zone, and the only team contesting them is ABWiz.
This is a brilliant freaking macro decision from Falcons. You push Fnatic off the high ground at Prison, you know that you can rotate low and long because no one's guarding you from the high ground. So they get involved, they get a couple of knocks, but still ABWiz stays strong. They have to bunker up. The circle is just on the outside, so this is going to be an inevitable battle here between Falcons and ABWiz.
Off-screen, Guild is on 13 eliminations on the all far right-hand side, but right now, the battle on screen, the battle for the best spot on the map currently, and it's not close. They do lose Hisoka. They are low in health, and ABWiz is still alive somehow. Throwing shots down does drop Shifty, but Biffle makes it look easy. Answers, wiped. See you later, ABWiz. You might have been second in groups, but today, you're not even close.
And Omid are actually hearing through the smoke for the buy station, which is what the Falcons actually want. Squad wipe on to team number 7. That's going to be Aydan's team, who did well through Prison, but outside of any major multiplier. So the rotation for Falcons still going to get tested here by Amit. The other part of the circle you have to keep your eye on. Guild, like you mentioned, on a bit of a burner. They find themselves right in the mix of all this action you're seeing in the kill feed right now. Twisted Minds playing through the gas, not looking all that healthy. That they're being gate kept by Fnatic. So a couple of our heavy-hitting squads still in position to try to take a couple of the key fights.
The mood wiped above. I'm looking at Team Vitality on 17 eliminations, bottom Prison, fighting for their lives. They're down, way down in 10th place on the leaderboard. This is the game they needed. They make top 8 as well off screen as Skullface is getting his resources up, and Fnatic continues to hold the high ground position. They've got power position. Finally, Twisted Minds answer and do find Skull, but right now they're hanging out and by, getting resources for in-game. We are here. In-game is upon us. We still have 8 teams looking for top 5 for the next multiplier.
Difficult battle right here between Falcons and Amit. Lots of damage starting to get tallied, but it looks like they're still waiting to get Biffle fully revived and up into the action. Damage traded from both hands. This is an aggressive game of tag, but it finally has to make a move. Falcons trying to make play over towards the high ground. They get the read down low on Elolam. He'll drop. Shifty around the back, going to get a little bit more safety.
No.
He gets the shots for another knock. Where's the rest of the team? The answer is nowhere. They get killed out by Amit, who can now reset as the late circle starts to come through.
Falcons sent back to the lobby at 8th place. They did achieve the 1.2 times multiplier, but not a ton. They're going to fall on this leaderboard a little bit, especially with Fnatic still alive and Twisted Minds. Watch out for both of those two teams. They're our top 2 squads aside from the Falcons, but Vitality is on a barn burner.
Yeah.
They've made top 6. They have a crazy amount of eliminations, staring down the barrel of 20 kills as a team. They needed this. They've got the Kim. We've been waiting for them. Enigma's jumping for joy in the green room.
The other part about this, though, is that Guild are also putting together a bit of a heater, and they are right below them. So it's who wins out, the team up top or the team down low. And there's going to be contest. Vitality in trouble as Smith and Aydan make the play forward. Exian last one left alive. There is explosions all over. Looks like a Michael Bay film out here, and Vitality will survive and wipe the ground. Now it's just down to our final couple of squads.
A massive mortar falls. Aydan gets the elimination. Vitality is gone. They achieve their multiplier. Here we go. Destroy, welcome to the party, my friend. Not a ton of eliminations to boot. It's all about Guild. Right now, Guild making a move. They needed to make a move in the first half. They're finally doing it in 5. We've got the zone closing. The final zone is going to shrink down on these 2 teams. Now, folks at home, we've got multipliers galore. It is all about the win. 2x multiplier for the win. And I'm going to be honest, Guild need it bad. Destroy's team is on 4 kills. Guild is on 15. This could be a 30-plus point game if they can get the full wipe. And right now, it's just about who makes the first move.
It's going to be a heal. It's going to be a heal off. There's no way that they want to get rid of the high ground. There are mines all over the place, and Wards will try to check to see where are they. So he gets the information. Wait a second, Guild, where are we going right now? They have to leave the building. That seems to be the case. A little bit of an opportunity for Vision to possibly sneak on forward, but he's super low. He can't quite get into the circle, and Team Destroy will steal away a win. But second place with a lot of kills. Guild won't feel too terribly about that.
Yeah, you can see the look on Destroyed's team faces. They know, hey, we got the win. And frankly, we thwarted Guild from getting a ton of elimination points with that multiplier. But they weren't happy about it because they know they don't have enough. I think they had a total of 6 kills, which would be 12 points. Guild, though, thwarted from a massive game that they desperately needed. Reminder, Guild down in 6th place, only 41.2 points after 4. Shift, that was a 30-point game staring at them, and it will fall to somewhere around about 25.
Yeah, and Guild right now is finding themselves in the position of teams like SGP Syndicate, where they're placing better than they did yesterday. They're kind of getting rid of the ultimate outliers, which are those 14th and 13th place finishes, but they're having a difficult time tallying kills. So this one's going to help out their averages on the day. I'm sure they're going to overall think that this is going to be a success, but still some more to be done.
Well, let's hear from Destroy in the STC Arena with Bex.
The STC Arena, where I am joined by Team Destroy, who it seems was getting like points that you really, really needed. What was the intermission like? You had 20 minutes to kind of gather your thoughts. What did you guys talk about?
Yeah, during the intermission,